Hi, this is Mandy from Sunflowers and Doors. Welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to share with you something new. I recently bought a journal from Jackie at, I want to say, Criella Art. And it was absolutely stunning. I did a flip through. It's on my YouTube channel, one of my last videos. And I absolutely fell in love with it, and I just really wanted to have a go at some of the techniques that Jackie had used. This is not at all as professional as Jackie's, but I really did have a lot of fun playing with this, so I thought I would share it with you before it gets packaged and shipped off. So it's softcover journal. The fabric is Tim Holtz fabric, inside and out, and I'm not sure which range it's from, but I got it from Art from the Heart. So yeah, can't tell you exactly what range it is. But I wanted to incorporate some mixed media into this and try some of the things that I haven't tried before. This here was really interesting because I used alcohol inks on this to stain it, and it stained really well, but it does actually come off quite easily. So there's got to be a different way of doing that. I've got a button with a hook, so it literally opens up like that. I've gone for a grungy, kind of vintagey feel. The journal is around about 16.5 centimetres, 6.5 inches by just over 9 inches, 23 centimetres, and I think it's about 4 centimetres, so 1 3/4 inches in thickness. There's 4 signatures. There were 5 initially. But I got my calculations for the cover wrong, so there is now 4 signatures, and I've actually sewn those in with a hidden spine, so there's nothing showing on the outside. So opening it up, kit papers here, coffee dyed papers, and this is where I started to kind of test out the staining of the page edges, and I used distress sprays, oxides I think, and just some water, just to try and get this effect, and then I used some stamping around. I love these flowers, beautiful. This here is literally just packaging tape that I've stamped, and I've used that a few places throughout. A piece of just green card with some more stamping on. This page here is actually, gosh, I can't even tell you how I got to this. It was interesting trying to get this green, dark green olive type feel. This, I think I started with, what did I start with? I think I started with some distress sprays. No. Did I? Yeah. I think this is literally just distress. Yeah, I started with distress sprays. Then I used some acrylic paints, and I used a roller to give it some kind of textury look. And then I added some additional distress sprays on top of that. This here is stamped handmade paper. I received this from Deb Hale, and it's beautiful, so I've used this in a couple of projects, absolutely loved it. Here, just some coffee dyed vellum, a little bit of grungy type stamping. This is some faux tape that I used recently with some alcohol inks, and some normal sellotape. Again, some of the staining of the pages with some stamping, some stenciling, some embossing with some gold embossing powder, just some embossed vellum. Didn't like the embossed vellum. I felt it cracked a lot. So I think I'm going to have to try and perhaps come up with a slightly different way of using that. But again, coffee dyed card, this one is, just with some staining and some flowers stamped, some stenciling, some more stenciling. Lots of room in this one to add to some embossed card. Again, some more of the packaging tape which has been stamped, some more stenciling and staining, more stenciling and staining, more of the coffee dyed vellum with some stenciling and staining. This one here, this was inspired by Jackie, the actual pad, just a scrap pad of lots of different papers. But I've used on this a snap pin, are they called snap pins? Snap something or other, which Deb had used in a project, and she did a video on it. So I'll link Deb's video below. And I've literally just attached that with that and then popped that on. I haven't glued it because it can potentially be taken off and replaced. But I really liked the way in which that kind of attached to the paper. Again, some more paper that was the distress sprays and acrylic paints. Excuse me, some stenciling, some staining of the pages, some stenciling, oh gosh, I can't even find my words at the moment, some more kit pages just with the eco dye. Love the look of those. Again, more stamping and stenciling. This one here is a really old frame, picture frame, gosh, going back to the 70s or even 60s, could even be older than that. And I've used one of the flower dies from Susan, and I've just put some embossing, vintage embossing powder on top of that. It probably looks a bit shiny, but in real life it doesn't look quite as shiny as that. But yeah, I did like that. This paper here, again, I started off with some distress sprays. Then I used some acrylic paints. Then I used some texture paste and some more distress sprays to come up with this pattern here. And I was really pleased how that came out. This one here, just some old vintage music sheets, just with some old stamping. Oh, yeah, stamping there. Some more stamping and some distressing. Stenciling and distressing. Belly band, this is one of Jackie's, and it literally has got it's like almost like an upside down pocket in the belly band. And the button acts as the stopper. Loved that. Excuse me. And then inside there's a load of old vintage documents and cards and what have you. Again, this is the other side of that paper. This is literally just a little charm on the end of that. This is just a clothes label, and I've just put some really old stamps on that, just because I thought it made a pretty quirky bookmark. Yeah. Some more of the paper there, which has been textured. And here, this one here, wish you could feel this one. The texture on it is fabulous. And I loved the way the colours came out on this one. This one here, again, this one is just an old photo envelope, which has been attached as a flip-out pocket. This was an envelope I had from Deb. I've just added some stamps and some packaging paper, and again, as a flip-out with a pocket on the side of that one. I've attached it here, so you've got a text spot. Some more vintage music sheets with a little charm attached to some distress dyed laces, and these charms are super cute. I did some dangles recently, and these are the same kind of thing. This here, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. And I almost didn't put it in there. It's just like a calendar. January, February, March, April, May. Really old, vintage looking with a little charm kind of thing here. Excuse me. And this was from Taperlogy. There we go. This is from Taperlogy. I don't know if you can see the actual charm on the end of that there. Very cool though. So yeah, that was from Taperlogy, and I just thought it looked really cool as part of the journal. Again, another piece of mixed media paper with textures. I added just some of this. I had some of this from something else I'd used, and they were just odd little pieces, and I just thought it looked really look at it now, it looks a little bit odd and just random, and it was pretty odd and random, but I just liked the texture. So that's those there, just a little cluster on the end there. Some more of the same, a little tiny side pocket tuck there. This one here is embossed card. Again, I had this one from Deb. It was beautiful, real shiny embossed card. I just put a border on there and literally sewed it to the page. And that is a flip out there. So there's a couple of pieces of like vintagey type paper in there, but also I picked this up on my travels to Cornwall. It's a one of the Kodak. It's like a transparency, but you look at it. This is 1959 from the Chelsea flower show, and if you look at it through the light, you can actually see the image. It's beautiful, and there was a little like old vintage book shop in Cornwall, and I saw that and thought, quite like that, and I'm going to put that in there. Okay, as I said, there's loads of space in this journal. It wasn't about filling every page. It was about putting a few key things in there. Here, a pocket with that mesh type material and some more mixed media paper. This was a really old, and it's even coming apart. It's like a glassine bag, I suppose. So I've put that over the page both ways to create two little pockets. They're very, very fragile. In this one here is just an index card for some strength, and I've put some vintage tickets in there. And as I said, I just attached that over the page and just secured it down with some more of that tape. This one here is a pocket. And again, another dangle with some just fabrics on the end. This one I thought was quite cool. It's one of those spelled card things. I don't know what you call them. And this one says school. And I've literally just popped it over the page. This here, just a piece of like a papery type fabric, just as a flip, just for some interest. Nothing more. Some more of the vintage, mixed media papers. Some more of the same. And then we're on the final signature here. Some of the coffee dyed paper came up with some beautiful colours and textures. Really, really loved it. Yeah, that's even gone through there. That's interesting. Okay. Yep, some more glassine, vellum, coffee dyed vellum, which is stamped. Another pocket, again with that embossed vellum. Some more of the mixed media papers. Another pocket. And then another large pocket here with some odd bits and pieces in, including these are some postcards that I bought again in Cornwall in that same vintage bookshop. And these were these are 1980 remakes, I believe. Yeah, 1980. So what are you talking? 43 years old. And these are remakes. So that one, Buckingham Palace, one of the famous landmarks in the UK, in London. And then again, some more paper, and then we've got some more glassine bag. Again. So that is it. I was really enjoyed making it, and I was really pleased with how it came out. You know, there's lots of learnings that I've taken from it, lots of things I could probably do better or different, but I just really did have a lot of fun with it. So yeah, that is... we're calling her Olive. I'm going to start naming my journals. So this is Olive. This is off centre as well, which is really bugging me, but I'd already stitched it in, so it's really difficult to do anything with it. But yes, this is Olive, and as I said, I wanted to just do a quick flip through, probably more for myself to go back and have a look at some of the different elements. But before I sent it off, I wanted to just quickly do that. So yeah, I hope you liked it. I'd be really interested to see what you think. So please, by all means, drop me a comment below. And yeah, I would really, as I said, love to hear what you think. I'll leave it there, and I'll say to you as always, stay safe and be well, and I will catch you in the next video. Until then, bye for now.